Hey everyone, Sparks back with another Etheria restart video. I am recording this live, so we got chat up there in the upper left. Everybody say hello to YouTube if you feel like it. I have a lot of things. So honestly, this video is just going to be like kind of a yap about Etheria. If you have, thoughts, you're feeling some type of way about this game, this is the video for you. You got nothing better to do, this is a video for you. Otherwise, I don't know if this is going to be terribly productive. But I want to talk about the new things in the update. Okay, so I'm specifically going to go over this module forge, and we're also going to talk about the new units and some of the things that are good and bad, and just kind of like generally how I'm feeling and how I think the community is feeling. So let's look at the module forge. I've started this, but I haven't completed it. Okay, so first of all, I will say, don't switch back and forth. Okay. I put in the wrist wheel after I had checked which piece of equipment had my lowest average speed, okay? I would recommend doing Swift Rush, by the way. Just it's going to be from account to account, but just if you're looking for a recommendation, you're not sure what to do, I would use the module forge to get Swift Rush, just because more units in the game than anything else use Swift Rush. It's good in PvE, it's good in PvP. Pretty much all your supports want it. Some of your DPS want it. Swift Rush is just it's really good. You're going to need a bunch of them. Anyway, so I found the piece. For me, it's the wrist wheel that has my lowest speed for the units that I use. So I'm doing a wrist wheel. For piece 2, I'm again going to do Swift Rush. And this will really kind of vary, but I am going to do effect accuracy. I think a lot of people are recommending effect accuracy. Again, just more units are going to need effect accuracy than other types of things on here. But I could potentially see people doing HP bonus if they're trying to get really good stuff for like their healer, or even potentially attack bonus or crit rate. But I think like effect accuracy or effect res, honestly, are some of the good ones. Definitely stay away from the flat ones where it's like, flat HP or whatever. Like that's trash. Anyway, so I'm doing effect accuracy. Once you make the selection, you're stuck. I mean, you could pay 100 of these. You get this currency simply by farming modules. So just farm in the background, you'll get the currency to be able to do this. Yeah. So at this point, I can like see what my base stats are on here, and like, do I want to lock anything or not? Let's see if I lock effect res. Reconfiguring right now costs 100. If I lock effect resistance, it now takes 200. So I'm not going to lock anything, because honestly, I want to make sure that I can get speed on here no matter what, and speed isn't showing up, and that's going to give me the most chances, right? So let's reconfigure. Hey, look at that. I got speed. I also got crit rate, crit damage, and HP bonus. This is pretty good. Getting effect res would be great, but we'll overwrite, and we'll keep that. And yeah, I can claim that now. Honestly, that's pretty cool. Are you sure you want to accept this module? Only one module of this part can be crafted during this event. So you'll want to think about this, but I mean, I can wait to claim this because I can just like wait until I farm a bunch of this, and then you can, kind of like when you're ready, see how many different ones you want to do, and then you'll know if you want to like redo modules. So there's no rush on this, right? Because you can do this multiple times in a day as long as you have enough currency, and then again, come back in here, do the equipment that you want the most. So enough on that. What do I think about this event overall? It's not great, okay? Like, this is a good function, but is anybody actually think this is good? Like, I mean, again, we wanted a way to reduce the RNG and somehow like not keep getting the same trash that we're always getting, right? So being able to reconfigure, to re-roll equipment is good, but why is this an event that's only a week long? Okay, this should just be a feature of the game. And so we have to feel like now we're spending all of our energy on farming modules so we get enough currency so we can get these things. And I think one of the big weaknesses of Etheria is just the way they do events. I've never played a game that had events that felt so unexciting. Like there's just no hype, okay? Like even as much as we want this function of the module forge, it's just not as good. It's not good as an event. This should just be part of the game modes that you have, right? And yet we get new characters, which that's cool. We're going to switch to talking about them. But we get no story about them, right? Like they're just, here's some random anime drawings. Like, hope you like their design. And admittedly, they do have pretty good designs. Usually the units look pretty cool in this game, but there's literally nothing to get you invested in them. So we're going to do some polls now. And basically, Ninfo here, Ninfoniel, she is a support unit, right? I mean, I'm not going to go through all the skills here. I'm sure you already know what she does. She looks cool. She's got this flying dragon over here. I haven't tested her yet because I'm going to do my polls now. But she seems like a valuable unit. That said, she is not like amazingly making people able to pass things like Rengokutsu, and that was kind of like what they were selling her on. And I just feel like you can comfortably pass her, and there's a lot of other ways to beat Rengokutsu. And of course, there's always more than one way to do it, but like, I don't even think she's that, like, there's multiple things you can do here. Like, she's not like going to make this easy. You know what I mean? Like, even if she is good with Rengokutsu, she's not that much better. Like, there's other units that allow you to beat him just as easily. So, you know, cool, but I'm not going to get like super hyped for this unit. And then you have Batsby here. He's more of a DPS. And I do like that he inflicts vulnerable. That's always good. I've seen some crazy stuff. I forget who I was watching, so unfortunately I can't give them a shout out. But I have seen him like two-shot a boss, which is great. That said, it's on like, you know, bosses that are probably being beaten by most people pretty easily already. And you could already like beat bosses in maybe like 3 or 4 shots with the right setup with like Liliam or Didding. Having more options is good, but he's also going to be pretty narrow application. You're only going to really use him if you're fighting a red boss. And so I'm probably actually going to pass on him. So we're going to do some pulls for Nin here. And let's do our 10 times summon. And the gacha is probably the best thing about this game. Because honestly, it's really free to play friendly. Like, it's very easy to save up and get at least one copy of like every RGB character. LOD characters, a little bit of a different story, but even then, it's like it's pretty generous, you know? Like, the gacha is not a problem. What I think is a problem is the updates that they do for like balance adjustments or bug fixes. So many of you guys have probably heard about the change that they are making to the interaction of Tiamat. I'd go to this banner just because she's being displayed, of Tiamat and Amber. Where Amber's downside, or like it'll save you when you're about to die, but the downside is that you're like frozen there, and so you kind of have to wait to come back. Whereas with Tiamat, she would immediately like cleanse herself and then heal again, and it was like you just have like a brand new Tiamat again. So it was Amber was particularly insane with Tiamat, and a lot of people built their Tiamat because of that, and now they're changing it. And that's not good. But even if they were going to change her, they are calling this a bug fix, which I think is disingenuous. This is an interaction that's been in the game since launch, and it just lowers people's confidence in the game and like what they want to invest in. We all know that getting perfect lattice is a major headache, okay? It's super slow. We got purple lights again, so that sucks. And so if you're going to invest in a unit, you want to know that it's going to do what it's going to do. And they had even previously said that they would not make any big changes in the middle of a PvP season. Well, there are already 2 strikes on that because they're hiding this nerf by calling it a bug fix, which we all know. I mean, okay, we don't know. If you work for XD, please tell me if we're wrong here. But we're pretty sure that this is just a nerf because the meta environment that they created is heavily skewed to bruisers, and people are just not having fun anymore because the matches take like 20, 30 minutes. And so they're trying to like eat away at that a little bit by doing like a nerf to Tiamat, which honestly, it's not going to change things up that much. But like they see a problem, and so they're trying to do it. And instead of just saying, hey, we messed up, we're doing this, they're trying to claim that it's a bug fix. And that feels really bad. The second strike they have on not making changes in the middle of the season is with Lilianne. Now this, they admitted they did not call it a bug fix, but about a week after she was released, they gave her a huge buff. Okay, buffs always feel better than nerfs, but one, they are violating the idea of not changing things in the middle of the season. And secondly, you know, a lot of people waited to kind of see what was happening with Lilianne. Her results were mixed. She was honestly very good, but people didn't think she was as good as they wanted her to be. So they invested in somebody else, maybe Tiamat. And then they buffed Lilianne, and you're like, well, thanks. All right. Now, your boy here was lucky. I waited even longer, and so I got to invest and build my Lilianne. But imagine if you were someone who built something else, and then you're like, all right, well, now I have this unit that is super OP that I can't even use because they buffed her later. And particularly if you were someone who pulled Lilianne, got screwed over by her buff, and the unit you put lattices into instead was Tiamat, and now a couple weeks later, Tiamat is nerfed. That is terrible. Like, I feel so bad for those people. And it just makes things feel less fun. It makes you afraid to invest in anything, whether it's actually like spending real world money or just to invest your in-game resources, because who knows what's going to happen. Maybe you have a cool idea. Maybe you're going to build a new unit. Hey, look at that. We finally pulled her. I've been having pretty bad luck on these pulls. And then, you know, it just, I think that's really bad. Yes, we will share this to get our hydro crystals. Honestly, a beautiful unit. Love the dragon in the background. Cool design. Cool design. Gotta, you know, give them props where they're due. So I'm probably not going to build this girl. One, I actually don't even have any lattices on hand at the moment. But I'm just going to wait. Again, she's not a game changer. A solid unit, but she's not a game changer. And so I'm just going to wait on that. One more thing I will give them props for is the 5x speed. So, I mean, let's go back into the battle. We used to have only 1, 2, or 3 times speed. Because I'm on continuous battle, actually, I can't change it. But we can now do 5 times speed, which we could always previously do for the Infinity Train, but only on Infinity Train. Thank you for doing 5 times speed. That's a good thing. We know this game is really grindy, so 5 times speed is definitely a good thing. The thing here, I guess, like I said, this is going to be a yap. So it's been like, I've been just yapping about all kinds of things here, good and bad, mostly bad. You know, this is meant to be a PvP game that they want to be like an esport, and that's okay, that's good, but I feel like people are starting to not have fun even with the PvP for all the reasons I already said and probably more. And the balancing that they're doing isn't really working, and they're just like lowering people's confidence. You know, I'm okay with saying, okay, this game doesn't do story at all. That's fine. Maybe the gear is grindy, but I can like try and min-max this and like be competitive. But I just don't know if even that is really working, because when you look at the state of the meta And the fact that it takes so long to find matches nowadays, and if you're in the higher ranks, you will literally not get matches for like 20, 30 minutes because just no one is wanting to play. That's a really bad sign. And I've never seen a game that's getting like worse and better at the same time, just with opposite things. It's kind of weird because they do listen to community feedback and they are involved and they're trying to make a good PvP game. But I just think maybe they're just bad at it. Like that's not me like throwing shade either. Like I genuinely feel like they're trying and they're just not good at it. You know, a lot of times when like gotchas are in trouble, you think, oh, it's like too greedy. It's like only catering to whales, or they don't listen to community at all, or whatever. Like that's not really like none of that is really the case with Etheria. I think they're just not really good at their job. Like I don't know how else to say it. So let me know your thoughts. This has definitely been like a long video. I just wanted to talk about the stuff in the new updates and like things that have recently happened. I haven't completely given up on the game, but I'm considering no longer making videos. We'll see what happens. The thing I like the most, I'll show you what I like the most about this game. The union PvP, the guild versus guild, okay? We have a competitive union. Shout out to all of the people in my union. I love you guys. We're doing well. We have a great win-loss record. We just got some new people as well. It's fun. But this is the one thing making me hold on to this. And I can tell you, even when I stream, like seeing how inactive chat goes when I play this versus the other games that I stream is very telling. So yeah, take that for what you will. But yeah, I would love to hear in the comments below, even if you don't play Etheria, if you're watching this video for some reason, or you do play Etheria, let me know what you think. Did any of this vibe with you? All right. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos of maybe other games. I'll catch you guys in the next video or stream.